What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm here at the house, field, headquarters thing, whatever you want to call it. I've got another review for you. This is the one that I was interested in a while back, but I've not reviewed much Prodigy stuff recently. I think the last disc it was the Falcor. Well, today we have the first run A5. They're pretty, I have to give you that. And 400, I always thought the plastic felt good. So 400 plastic, really gummy. This is not very far off from what some of the Castoplast plastics feel like. So I'm always into the Prodigy's feel. First off, rim profile. It's got a zone-ish feel to it. Pretty shallow. It's actually comfortable in the hand, so that's a good thing. Pretty flat. I mean, there ain't a whole lot else you can do besides getting puddle top. This one might have just a little bit. It's not rich, pretty much flat. Just a little bit of a raise right in the dead center, but not much. Like, this is a good feeling disc. It's really good. There's not really much flashing that I can tell of, or if the little bits of it, it's not too bad. So flight numbers 3-4 -1-1. So it's actually kind of weird to me with this rim profile. Feels like a zone, but it seems like it's going to be a straighter shot. I've heard that it's kind of weird. Like, I've heard that it's straight on forehands and overstable on backhands. That's what I've been told. We will find out though. Before I go any further, click the subscribe button and ding the bell for me so you know when these videos come out. But let's go ahead and give these a toss. Alright, first things first, I'm going to give these an attempt with fan grip for backhands. We'll see how they go. Yep. That's not bad. Flew kind of like what you'd expect, kind of zone type flight out of a backhand. That is fan grip though, so. Okay. Promising start. What I will say is what I like about that flight right there is it's overstable, but it also seems like it has glide. So it's going to be a pushing hyzer shot, not as much as like the dumpy stuff, kind of like the A series has. Well, the early A series, like A1, A2, A3, and A4. They have this weird thing where I don't know if it's speed. It's like they want to go and then they dump hard, or they just dump right out the gate. That has glide. So most comfortable rim out of the A series, I think, so far, and the nicest push. Positive. All right, we're going to take these flat power grips and see how they fly. I'm not going to go full power yet, but it's going to have a little bit behind it. It's pretty nice. That one had a little bit more hyzer. There's a little bit more hyzer on the second one than flat, so it pushed more, but really solid. They feel nice in hand, and they got a good flight to them. They're not like overstable, really like a zone is, but they've got that kind of flight-ish, zone-ish, maybe beat in. There we go. All right, we're gonna take them now, hit them on hyzer, but we're gonna power up and see how they fly with a hard throw. Pretty nice. I don't know if I had more hyzer on that one or if that one just is a tad bit more overstable than the purple, but those are nice. They hold the line really well. They hold the angle really well. I think it's going to be a solid disc. Alright, this is the one that I would be curious about with this disc. Some forehand. I'm not going to go high power yet. Some low power flicks. See the purple. Rolled a little bit on it, but look, it comes out. That's a good sign right there. I like that. It's a positive result from that disc. I like it. Okay, another test I like to do with the sidearm is like a flex sidearm Annie. So we're going to try one with these. Well, hit the driveway. Try not to do the driveway this time. Pretty nice. It's got some torque resistance to it, although you can roll that over and it's going to take longer. The best way to describe these is it feels a little different than a zone, but think of like a seasoned zone or something. It's not like crazy overstable, but it is enough torque resistant to be a decent forehand disc, and the slower speed on it makes it in my opinion, a better option for shorter approaches than something like the A3 or an A2. Those were always, I felt like, so fast that it took a little bit, it was more touchy of a shot to use. So this would be a good, if you're only throwing Prodigy, for that like lower power sidearm approach or something that you're not wanting to get as much skip. That's what I'm reading out of this. All right, we got these A5s here. A shot we've not done yet. We're gonna hit it on Annie and see what it does backhand wise. I know what it does on forehand, so. I don't know if I'm going to go super high power. I might go low power and try to hit the angle right and see what happens. Well, it holds the angle. That was a little bit of a grip and rip. Let's not try that again, but a different release point. Yeah, so I didn't feel like going in that tree for 2 discs because it's very sucky in there. The second one I didn't throw hard enough, but these are at the stability point that if you hit them on angle with a lot of power, you can get it to hold this little panning flex, which is a useful shot. As they beat in, I don't know if that'll get more and more exaggerated to where they're more of a straight flyer. But yeah, it's gonna suck getting that disc out of that tree now. Okay, last shots. Shot that I feel like is going to be where this is a useful disc. Low power hyzer forehands. Try not to hit that tree this time. Yep. Doesn't take much power at all. They hold the line and they dump out, but they still have glide to them. So yeah, it's a solid disc. Can't say anything else. It's just a solid disc. The A5, first run A5 from Prodigy. 3.4 -1.1, really flat, very comfortable rim. I'm going to tell you, I've not thrown much Prodigy at all since I left the street team. But if I was still throwing Prodigy and I was on the team, this would probably be in my bag. Like, I know they have the distortion that came out, because that was one of the holes that was in my bag. I know people were always like, throw an A3, throw an A2. That wasn't fitting the shot. I felt like A3s, A2s, A1s were all faster than what I wanted, like in a zone, or like what I throw now, a yarn disc. They got so much skip and a little bit more distance potential on them when I wanted something slower, which would have been this. I know the distortion came out, I've felt it, I've not really thrown it much, but I actually prefer this over the feel of the distortion. So I would recommend, if you're into Prodigy, get an A5. I think it's versatile and flies really nice, actually, and it's really comfortable in the hand. So as long as the runs keep coming out like this and they feel comfortable, they're flat, I mean, there's no reason to say that this wouldn't be an extremely good approach disc for you. I don't think it's a zone. I don't even think the distortion's a zone or a yarn. That's not as overstable from what I've seen. But feel wise and flight wise, I feel like this would fly like a slightly beat in, like zone or something, like a little bit straighter one. It flies fine for forehands. If you like to come over on forehands a little bit, it might be a little bit harder for you to control. But if you're good at throwing hyzers, or if you're wanting that flex forehand and you've got the touch, this is going to do really well for you. But it's still going to be fine either way. So I'm going to say this is probably one of the better discs that Prodigy has come out with that I've thrown in here in recent time. Because I was kind of let down by the foul core, because I thought it was going to be more understable than it was, or at least the ones I got. So this was a pleasant surprise. I actually like the A5 quite a bit. Won't be bagging it, but it feels great and it flies good. So give it a try. I don't know if Throwmore has these or not, but go over there and check and see if they do. And if they do, tell them Daddy Delp sent you. That's all I got for this review, though. Till next time, guys. Peace.